What is happening, Ranger Nation? It's K-Wing here, and it's time for another Power Rangers news update for Battle for the Grid. And yes, we're talking about the PlayStation debacle that Enway and Sony committed this week. Although who's at fault is hard to say, but I have some theories. Now, before we start, I just asked for a little decorum. A lot of the Enway people that are there now, it's kind of like a passing of the torch type of thing with new Rangers, so just be polite when speaking to them. Some of them are very new to the job, and there was a big problem. I think they're handling it rather well. But remember that old Enway also had problems with Sony getting characters and releases and things like that taken care of. And I've also emailed Hasbro and Enway asking them to try to shoot for Tuesday and Friday releases from now on PlayStation so that these little headaches can be avoided in the future. And hopefully they'll do something with that. If not, well, I tried. So don't loop me into all this either. I'm not again, an Enway employee or Hasbro. I'm an independent game journalist who's been in this industry since 2004, and I am a trusted member of the media, and hopefully a pretty good Power Ranger creator for you guys. But today we're, of course, talking about the PS4 incident. What happened? I have some theories, so let's get through this. As you know, the Gold Ranger and the Pink Time Force Ranger released without any hiccups on Nintendo Switch and Xbox, and players enjoyed those characters on Tuesday of last week. Also recently, they fixed the bugs for the Switch and Xbox with the Enway Play, which is their cross-progression and cross-play system. Worked out really well. I played people online last night during a stream, which, before I forget, I had some crazy company actually claim that video, and I removed the stuff that was considered copyright, and they're still trying to claim my video. So when I get a copyright strike, people, make sure you use this as evidence that I was wrongly targeted by false flagging, because the content in question is no longer there. What is happening, Internet? Welcome back to Power Rangers on K-Wing's Let's Plays, and today is the first ever, don't move the microphone, community stream, and now you heard like a ring wraith.
But I am too high to continue.
Oh, come on.
What does that even mean? Are you saying our internet is bad? Are you saying Pennsylvania internet is bad, Enway? Are you saying that the entire state of Pennsylvania can't play your game?
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a short
because
stream.
I would believe that.
I know, I like to yell at YouTube. It's kind of an old man thing, just, yeah. But that's besides the point. I had a lot of fun playing with you guys, and their online system works really well. I actually like to know from Enway how many friends you can have through Enway Play, because Switch only gives you 100. So I'm curious to see how many that's going to be. So what happened with the PlayStation incident? Well, in order to talk about that, we have to go all the way back to the release of this game, and as you know, it was delayed on the PlayStation for a very, very long time. Which I believe was April, and it may have actually released on the original release date, and Switch and Xbox got moved up to the March release date. Also, there was a slight snafu with some of the updates being delayed on PlayStation and patches, but I'm pretty sure that Cenozoic Blue, Mystic White, and Trinizord arrived on time for both Xbox and PlayStation owners, and Nintendo was the one that dropped the ball. Although, it wasn't Nintendo's fault because Golden Week was going on. It was a national holiday, and Nintendo of Japan was shut down because not only was it Golden Week, it was special because they got a brand new shogunate or leader, so it was a big deal in Japan. Everybody was on vacation, but of course the DLC came to people by Friday of that week, which of course is a normal game's release day anyway. And probably that was the plan, and Nintendo just didn't have the means to put out a statement because they were on vacation! And they deserve it. They work way more than we do. You want to know somebody who works as many hours as Japan? This guy! It's already currently 5 in the morning and I haven't gone to sleep yet. Dedication, people. But staying up for 40 hours is not good for you. I don't recommend it at all. My heart does weird things. Anyway. So, with PlayStation, you can argue that there's some problems with maybe code, maybe release times. I don't know. I don't know PlayStation that well. All I know is for the past 5 or 6 years, the only games I get from Sony are digital. The times where my company has received physical games to review, that hasn't happened in a long time. Which there were some old journalists that told me that would never happen, that digital would never replace physical. But in a way, it kind of has, because you get the game early, usually by midnight. You don't have to drive anywhere. You can pre-install games now. You're literally playing with the future in the palm of your hands if you're a Switch person. So, anyway, all weird chat aside, I honestly believe that people will be getting the Rangers in question this week, either the 16th or the 19th. nWay has declared an official statement about this, saying that they have only tried to get it working over the weekend. It's not going to happen, and they weren't able to get the characters out by Friday, and they tried really, really hard. I don't know if they're going to put out a statement on Monday that they're working with Sony to get the characters up Monday. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you'll see the new characters, again, the 16th or the 19th. And if I'm wrong, well, just put the pitchforks and the torches away. I am not a representative of nWay or Sony. I'm just spitballing here, trying to calm the waves and keep people away from the new replacement Rangers, because I like working with them. They're nice people. I'm getting to know them, and, Ranger Nation can be very open and kind, but they also can turn into the evil Green Ranger at the flip of a coin. So you gotta tread carefully. And I know there are a lot of older people like me in the Ranger community, so I just ask again for, some politeness when asking them things instead of being all angry-faced, because it's not really their fault. It's a combination of nWay and Sony, and I want to lean more toward this is Sony's thing, but also, again, I believe nWay should really work with Sony on doing the Tuesday and Friday thing, and they won't have any problems going forward. I actually had to deal with some issues with Sony in the past with their Season Pass and DLC updates when I did a lot of stuff with Rocksteady for their Batman stuff. It hardly ever came out when it was supposed to, and even though Xbox would get it a day before us, if there was a snafu on release day, usually we would have to wait until that Friday, so Tuesday from Friday, or the following Tuesday, which was not fun. And as a content creator trying to get this DLC up so people click and watch your video, it was not fun. It was like agonizing stress. So I can relate to you Ranger guys a little bit about that. I remember those fun little stories. But anyway, now I want to hear from you. Do you believe that Sony will be releasing the characters on the 16th and 19th like I theorize? Or do you think I'm wrong and that the characters aren't going to come out this week and that nothing's going to change? Maybe the patch will happen. Like, I don't even know if the update 1.3 is working for PlayStation or not. But rest assured, once it's working, I will totally do community streams with you guys, because I too have a PlayStation 4 and a copy of Power Rangers, and I like showing the differences between the Switch build and the PS4. But anyway, that is your Ranger news today. Hopefully we'll get a statement from Battle for the Grid officially about the PS4 stuff. But again, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later today is an awesome episode of Jen Scott's Arcade with Amber involved in it. And we got more Power Rangers content for you all this week with Versus Goodness. Until we meet again, Rangers, God bless and happy gaming. The power will protect you always. Thanks so much for watching.
Pleasure was all mine.